curled my hair, whatever. And so I just curled it real fast and put on my orange shirt. It's a Guess shirt. So anyways, I was gonna talk to you because I remember I recorded the video and then I deleted it because it didn't look like it did this time. So yeah, when I finally got the shades right, the pink and the red color or whatever. So anyways, I was gonna say that I didn't think I was pretty. I didn't think I was beautiful with all that stuff being said to me when I was growing up. And then my ex-husband telling me some ugly stuff that no one would ever want me. I was fat, I was gapped, you know, stuff like that. That really messed up my head. And then I was like thinking that maybe no one would ever want me, you know. You start to think that you're dumb too, like being told to you so long. I didn't think I was very smart at all when I was growing up or whatnot. I had a hard time in school, and when I graduated New Futures, it was hard for me. So yeah, so I thought I was fat even when I was skinny, and I thought, you know, no one would want me even with the kids. And I found a good man, my husband that I'm with now. He loved my kids and helped raise them since they were 10 till now. But anyways, I had to start telling myself, because I hated myself. I hated me. I thought I was ugly. You know, I was no good for nothing. So I had to start telling myself in the mirror and looking in the mirror and telling myself that I was beautiful, that God loved me, that I was his child, and I was pretty, and I was good looking, and I was beautiful. And I used to have to tell myself that every day. And now I feel beautiful. I'm happy now. I have a smile on my face, because before I never did. I was geniosa. I was mad dogging everybody. I hated life. I hated everybody in life. And now that the person you see with a smile wasn't this way before, 14 years ago. So yeah, and like I said, I enjoy being here and making videos and feeling good about myself. Like I said, I'm not conceited. I don't think I'm pretty, that pretty, you know, because like I said, I'm not everybody's cup of tea or everybody's flavor, you know what I'm saying. And I'm not attractive to every man. No. Some yeah, some no. It's just part of life. I know that for a fact, you know. Not every person is beautiful. I mean, we're all beautiful in our own way, you know. And so yeah, but other than that, I enjoy doing makeup. I like doing makeup looks. I like watching videos. I like learning tips and tricks. I like helping you guys, because like I said, and also another thing too that has been really hard for me is that I was diagnosed with the pituitary macroadenoma tumor, which I make more testosterone than estrogen. So I get facial hairs right here that grow, and I have to pluck them. I have to shave it. It's hard. And yeah, that's another thing that I struggle with in life. I have a scar right here that I've had since I was young, stuff like that. So it's hard to look beautiful, you know. So yeah, you got to do what you got to do. You got to work with what you have, and you got to embrace it and live life and be happy. Like, you know, if you're going through all that, like, do something that makes you happy. Welcome back, J-Girl Beauty Fam Bam. How you guys all doing today? So, people that know me, my name is Janelle. If you guys don't, and you're new to my channel, because I deleted all my videos and starting fresh. So anyways, I love creating looks. I love making myself look beautiful and making other people look beautiful and feel beautiful and build their self-esteem. In that journey, we're here to have some fun. So if you like all that jazz, let's jump in, see what we can do here. Anyways, I recreated Katie's makeup for lost times. I just came across her channel. I've been looking for like I've been looking for a YouTuber that teaches, explains tips and tricks, especially for my old lady eyes, you know. Radugada, yo estoy vieja. I'm 46 years old. My eyes aren't like they used to be. I gained some weight, I lost weight, all that jazz. So my eyes have changed over the years. I don't know why, it's weird, but they have. They're more hooded, they're more droopier now. So yeah, I guess old age. Just kidding. I don't know what happened. So anyways, I found her. I really like her. She's always talking about hooded eyelids, textured. You know, we both use that palette. Attitude, I think, cosmetic. No. Yeah, no. No, it was the Fairy palette, and it had some chunky shadow, and when I put it on, it was very textured. You could see my texture, you could see my wrinkles, because my lids are very hooded, and as you could see, it drops like really bad. So I gotta go over here so you could see the shadows and everything. So yeah, anyways, she created the new Moon Colourpop look, and she used her tip and twist on it, which I really liked. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I don't have all the eyeshadows that she had. I have some, but I didn't have the gumball one from Divina, and I didn't have the melt. I thought I did. I had some melt, but I didn't have the Gemini palette. I think I was gonna get it and I never did. And then what other palette? I don't have the Notorious Morbid palette that she used, that pink. So oh my gosh, I've already done this look like about 8 times, and instead of before I did it on camera, I was doing it off camera practicing, and it wasn't looking that great. It wasn't looking like hers, so I was like, oh, whatever. So hopefully now we got it right, but it was hard. It's so hard to dupe these palettes. It's so hard to get the same colors and whatnot, so I tried my best. So we are going in. She used the Unearthly, I think, Spring Magic palette, and it had like a color like this, but I don't think it's the same color, you know. So we're working with what we got, y'all. Okay, so bear with me. So when I found her, I was like, wow. When I started doing YouTube videos back in the day, when I started YouTube, started watching YouTube videos. When I started watching YouTube videos, I had watched, what's her name? Her name was, and I primed my eyes with P. Louise base. Yeah, but not the P. Louise base. I usually use P. Louise base 02.5, I think. But when you do creative looks, there's the other thing that I have gotten, the canvas one. So we did that one today. Oh, anyways, when I came across her channel, I think it was on my feed, and I was like, wow. She was talking about how to let loose on your blend, because I used to be very heavy-handed. I'm hard. I'm very hard. My grandpa used to tell me that I'm very rough. Very rough. My husband says it too. I'm a very rough woman. So, you gotta let go of your, your finger, your hand, not too much pressure, so you blend pretty good. You don't have to blend that hard. It's just very lightly, I say you gotta flick up the wrist, like it's like when you're cutting a man's hair. I went to cosmetology school. You gotta flick up the wrist, flick the wrist, flick the wrist. It's a flick of the wrist, flick of the wrist. That's what I say. So anyways, and she was talking about the Sueva brushes, and I was like, oh my goodness, I've had these since I started my channel, since I started watching YouTube, since 2014, 2015. I started going to cosmetology school and fell in love with makeup. The 234 is a Wava brush, and I have the 227 brush, and I have the other ones too. I have a couple more. But yeah, she was talking about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl is talking about these brushes that I started off with, the Morphe 506 brushes that I really like, that have a good technique, good blending ability when you do a lot of shades the way I used to do it. I'm a little bit rusty right now because I haven't done YouTube for like 4 or 5, maybe 6 months, you know, so I'm a little bit rusty, but yeah, but that's okay because it's coming back, but it's hard. Sometimes I forget and I'm like, so anyways, yeah, so we're gonna go into this shade right here, When in Rome. When in Rome. Oh, and also she was talking about this yesterday. I watched her video and same thing. I'm always saying that this eyelid is not shaped like this one, which is really weird, but I guess we all have it because I was talking with one of my friends. So, okay, I don't know how to explain it, but this one is not up to par with this one. This one crease is a little bit shorter, and this one seems like a little bit longer, and it has more lid to work with. This one's a little bit shorter, which is really weird, you know? But yeah, that's how it is. That's how we do. Look like that girl is on fire. Yeah, you're gonna see when we're done. It looked so bomb. Anyways, so the other day too, I did something. I was in a hurry. I was getting ready for my son. They got married, and his wife, and I was doing my makeup really fast. I guess this side didn't dry enough. This one did. This one looked good. This one looked a little bit patchy right there, and I was like, what the heck? Well, I was watching one of her videos again, and she was talking about when stuff doesn't dry, or like you're in a hurry and sometimes you don't do a good job. I've had those days, let me tell you. And I was just like, So anyways, we're gonna go into When in Rome. It's the Too Faced Italian Spice palette, and we're just gonna dab, 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 and then swirl that brush. And so, just like when I started watching YouTube was back in 2014, when I even fell in love with makeup, because I didn't really wear makeup. I didn't have money to buy makeup. I was only on my income when I was married to my ex-husband. So yeah, I had to support 4 of us, and it was just my income, and I was on Social Security. And you don't get very much money back then, so yeah, it was hard back in those days, but you did what you could. And I really wasn't really into makeup at that time. My sister used to be, and she used to wear makeup, and she used to do her eyeshadows and stuff, and she used to do good looks and whatnot. And then, you know, sometimes I would have her do my makeup or my eyeshadow, and then I would try to do the best I could. And then I really didn't wear makeup. I used to just wear mascara, curl my eyelashes, and wear foundation. Sometimes I wouldn't, and eyeliner, and I was good to go. I left like that. That's how I did back in the day. And I do go up above this little part right here of the crease, because like I said, my eyes are hooded, so they're gonna droop down there, and see, like, you can't really see that shade. So I like to go a little bit above that crease there and that hood. So yeah, I never really felt I was that pretty. I really had a hard time. I was mentally, physically abused as a child growing up. I had a dysfunctional family and all that good stuff, you know. It's not all that good stuff, but you know, everybody has a story, you know, behind this face. Just kidding. And so I ended up getting into makeup when I started going to cosmetology school. And okay, now we're gonna go in with this shade. I try to pair this up really good, and I was like, I tried the Modern Renaissance palette. I was gonna do Love Letter, but I was like, Basket Fools kind of goes better with this pink shade right here. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go in with Basket Full from the Too Faced palette, the Appley Face palette. So I'm using Basket Fools, which is that color right there, that red. And we're gonna go ahead and pack it. We're gonna go ahead and pack it on. When they were like saying, you know, we're gonna have to be doing, if a bride comes in, or bridesmaid, or prom, or a homecoming look, and we have to apply makeup, because you learn how to do makeup, you learn how to do hair, you learn how to do color, you learn how to do pedicures, manicures, facials, waxing, and what is it called? Acrylic nails, and all that stuff, okay? So I went to school, I graduated and everything, and so that's when I started like really getting into makeup, and I started watching YouTube. So back in the day, I used to see all those girls. I Love Sarah E, Jaclyn Hill was out, Manny MUA, who's the other one? Jeffree Star, Tati. Who else? Oh, Lisa, I think Lisa J, the one that came out with the brushes, BK Beauty. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and dab, 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 and then blend. And so when I'm doing color on someone's hair, I like to say you gotta mesh it, blend it into each other so it has that beautiful blend in there, so you don't see any seamless lines, and you got to make a dimension. So that's how you do with eyeshadow as well. Just flicker at that wrist, flicker at the wrist, you know, and started watching YouTube because, like I said, I didn't really do eyeshadow much. I just did eyeliner, curled my lashes, and mascara, and sometimes foundation, sometimes not. I didn't have money to buy foundation, so sometimes it was just that, and I would leave, and that's how I would start my day and go through my day. So I started getting into makeup, and I started watching YouTube videos and learning how to apply makeup, how to do bronzer, contour, you know, all that stuff. And in school, they don't teach you much. They just teach you the basics of applying makeup, you know. And so, yeah, they tell you how to contour a face that's round, oval, you know, the shape. So that's all they showed us in school. And on this side of my eye, I have a glass cut my eye, so I have a scar. So sometimes I have to double work hard on this side of this because it has that has a scar right there, and you could see it. So it has that scar and everything, and then my eyes are hooded, so we're going back in with that pink. We're gonna go in with that green that she uses. She uses she had Ensley Rain's eyeshadow, and then she had the dupe for what is it called? And then she used the melt, and the melt is the one that I didn't have, so I'm gonna use the, I don't know, this one looks more orangey, so I don't know. I did get this palette, and I think I'm gonna use that color because I don't have it, and these ones don't look as close as that, and hers looked really orangey, so I'm gonna use this one. It's called Senior Year. I'm just gonna do it because I want it to look like that. So we're gonna just go ahead and apply it right here and apply it everywhere here. Yeah, that one from Ensley Rain and that other one, they still look like yellow mustardy, and this one looks more orangey, so we're gonna go with that, guys, because this look was killer. It was stunning. And so, okay, so when I started to like really feel good about myself is when I got into makeup and could create these looks, and I started learning. I learned how to contour. I learned how to do eyeshadow. I knew how to do some good blends and everything. I knew how to do it all, and I was so happy. And I started recreating looks. And you know, sometimes you don't have these palettes. You know, sometimes you don't have money to buy all kinds of palettes. You don't have that. These girls were, even back then, getting PR, you know, getting free makeup and whatnot. And, you know, they were, back in that day, if I would have started back then, I should have, you know, and I didn't. And they were getting PR, they were getting money because they were getting a lot of views. And at that time, everybody was into makeup then, because a lot of people didn't know how to do it, how to apply it. So everybody was watching videos so they can learn how to apply makeup. I know I was, you know. And so I liked a lot of those girls that used to talk tips and tricks, how to apply, how to blend, how to do all that stuff, you know. I'm just gonna go ahead and re-intensify this because we lost a little bit of color. And what was I gonna say, you guys? I forget. So I didn't start liking and loving myself for a long while, because I used to always get put down a lot when I was growing up. And then a lot of people used to say skinny girls were not all that and all a bag of chips. And so I was skinny. I used to weigh 95 pounds all my life until I got pregnant at the age of 15 years old. And I had my daughter at the age of 16, and then that's when I went to 110. I used to wear a 00. I used to wear a 1 and a 0. Those were the days, guys. Those were the days. But a lot of people used to make fun of me and whatnot and say, you know, that bones were for dogs, not men. A lot of men didn't like skinny girls because they didn't have anything, and yada yada yada. And even some guys used to tell me that, and men, that they didn't like skinny women. They liked thick women and all this and that, and bones were for dogs. That's all I used to hear when I was growing up. Bones are for dogs, okay? Okay, so I try to gain weight. I never could gain weight. I stood thin and skinny for a long, long time. I try to gain weight and I try to gain weight. I used to ask people how to gain weight, and a lot of people said that it was my metabolism, and it was, you know, my family was really thin people. And that when you get a certain age, you'll get big and yada, yada, yada. Well, that's true, I guess, in a sense, you know. I tried to gain weight. I had an hourglass figure after I had my daughter. You know, I was a size B back then. I had a cute little butt going on or whatnot, even though I was thin. And I used to be in love with my body. After I had her, I didn't have no stomach, so I get to wear nice crop tops. And I didn't care about my stretch marks. To be honest, I didn't care. They were there, they were there. I didn't let nothing bother me back then, you know? Okay, so next we're gonna go in with that orangey shade. I could eat a large pizza all by myself. I could eat everything. I could drink whatever I wanted, and I never gained weight. And so I was happy about that. And then when I got older, I wanted to do the same thing, but that's not how life happened. So, okay. Now we're gonna go in with that shade. My ex-husband used to say I was fat, that I was gap, no one was gonna want me, no one wants a woman with kids, and all this yada yada stuff. I'm gonna go in with Bite Me on the Just a Taste palette from Unearthly. And we're just gonna go ahead and apply it right in the corner here. So, you know, I didn't have good self-esteem. I didn't think I was that pretty, you know. I had trouble, you know. So when I started getting into doing makeup and stuff, I thought I was pretty, but I was never conceited. I never thought I was prettier because, you know, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not everybody's flavor. I'm not everybody's some men are attracted to me, some men aren't. It's just part of life. It's real life, you know? So now what I'm going to do is just go in again with the same pink shade, red shade, whatever. It starts getting hot in here with these lights. Okay. And you gotta flicker that wrist. Flicker the wrist. Flicker the wrist. So, anyways, when I apply makeup, when I put on makeup, I feel pretty. But I'm not conceited. I don't think I'm more prettier than anybody. That's just how I've always been in my whole life, you know, growing up. I know that I'm not the prettiest woman alive. I know that I'm not everybody's cup of tea, like I said. I know some guys are attracted to me, some guys aren't, you know. That's just how life goes, you know. So, I don't know. There's a purple in it, and she shows the purple she used, but it looks this color. It really does. And because that's a really dark purple. I don't have the Belly Beauty Bar. Oh no, it's the Notorious Mermaid color that she uses again, and I don't have that one. And I think she says she used this one, but there's not a lighter shade but the Bleeding Heart one that is like a light mauve. So that's what that color looks like to me when I see it. So I'm gonna go in with Bleeding Heart now and put that on. And then we're gonna go into our shimmer shades. Yeah. Okay. So when I, you know, put on makeup, when I'm behind this camera, I just love it. It just makes me feel good. It makes me feel pretty. I love makeup. I fell in love with makeup, starting to learn, you know, how to do it and stuff when I started going to school. And when I'm not going to school, I like putting on makeup. It makes my self-esteem go higher. It makes me feel pretty. It makes me feel beautiful. So yeah, I like applying makeup and feeling someone look beautiful, because even like doing hair, that makes that person feel confident about herself. She might not be having a good day. She might have got a divorce. She might, who knows what the case may be, but why? But to do her hair, to be able to do their makeup, to make them feel good about themselves, because sometimes I had the roughest day of my life. I hated myself. I didn't think I was pretty. I didn't think I was worthy of anything. My dad always used to say that I was dumb and stupid. I would never amount to anything in life, you know? So like hearing that when you're growing up, that makes you feel like that, you know? Where a punch is better to for someone to do to you than to have someone mentally abuse you every day, because those words stick hard. Like they're scars. Like me and my son were talking about, like those scars never go away. Sometimes it's still there, and every time you say it, it makes that wound, that scab come off, and that wound hurt again. You know what I'm saying? Sorry guys, I was getting emotional. I was gonna cry. And so yeah, so I like putting on makeup. It makes me feel pretty, you know? So anyways, let's go in with this shade. I'm gonna use the Bleeding Heart because that's what that color looks like. She said like a mauve purple, but like, I don't know, maybe she did use that purple hellebore, but I don't think so. This one is really dark. I don't know, it's so hard to tell. Maybe she did go in with purple, but the lights, maybe. Let's go in with purple. Okay, guys, we're gonna go to hellebore, I think it's called. And so yeah, now I love doing makeup. It's therapeutic for me. It makes me feel good about myself, about life. Like I'm a whole different person now, so I love it. I just really do. Like I'm able to buy and purchase makeup and, you know, do all this fun stuff. So yeah, oh boy, what do we do? Probably put too much. And then, you know, even when I gained weight, I was, this always made me feel good about myself too. My body didn't, but putting on makeup did. it made me still feel pretty. Even though I didn't feel pretty at the time because I was getting big, I had gained weight, and then people start talking about you because you gain weight. Oh my goodness, now you're fat, now you're chunky, now you're not skinny no more. Don't you wish that you were skinny again? Aren't you doing stuff to lose weight? Like, is anybody ever happy with anybody or anything in life? Never, never, you guys. No one's ever happy. And I'm like, well, you know, my husband loves me no matter what. Skinny, fat, whatever, you know. And then I got pregnant with my twins. I had identical twin boys when I was like 22, and I gained weight and whatnot, and I gained weight with them and whatnot. And so then, but I always weighed like 140 with my ex-husband, and he used to tell me that I was fat. It was funny. And you know, I started thinking, well, maybe I am fat, you know, like maybe I am, maybe I gotta lose weight. But no, I didn't. And after I separated from him, I went to 130 when I met my husband now that I'm with. And all of a sudden, girl, talk about you're older, you're not as active as you used to be. I gained a lot. Excuse me. I used to weigh 220. Yeah, 220. Okay, so now we're going into the fun part. Oh, so what I did is I didn't use the NYX glue. Oh boy. Yeah, I used this brush. I ended up going in with this mixing medium from back in the day. Oh, so what I was saying about these brushes, I ended up watching Amy's makeup. I think it's Amy's makeup box. She doesn't do any videos. There was another girl that I started watching, Jamie Genevieve, that's still going on YouTube, Babs Beauty. She wasn't doing videos for a while. Now she's back on. There was a few other people like back in the day. Her name was, she's a twin. Her sister's, I seen her sister's video come up a while ago on Naller. I don't know what her name is. I'm butchering her name. But she used to talk about this, and she talked about this mixing medium because she had hooded eyelids and doing glitter and stuff, so it doesn't crease and mess up your glitter shadows and your shimmer shades and stuff. You can even make you could make eyeliner out of this too. So I just put a clear coat of this on, and I'm just gonna let it dry before we put that shade on. So I started eating all kinds of stuff, drinking lots of Dr. Peppers, and I was like thinking I was gonna be like, okay, and that's who turned me on Amy's makeup boxes to these Zoeva brushes. We're gonna go into Immortal Flame. And I'm going into the Zoeva with the Zoeva 234 brush, and we're just gonna pack it right here. Oh yeah, look at it. And like she says, it's like a shovel. It really is. And then she used this, she says the Poison Garden, because I looked at the other Bambi and they don't have this one. It's Angel's Trumpet. And we're just gonna go ahead and apply it on the outer rim. Look at that shovel. Look at it. Just goes on like a dream. And then we're just gonna spray it and put Immortal Flame on here. Oh wow. Look at that. That's it. The Angel's Trumpet. Spray that. And she turned me on to those brushes, and we're just gonna go in with that purple shade from Bella Beauty Bar, and we're just gonna go in there and intensify that at the corner there. So I gained 220. Let me take some coffee. So I got really big, 220. Went up to 220, wasn't very active or whatnot. Okay, we're gonna do the the lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with this brush right here. I'm gonna go into that pink. And you know, I gained 220. I was eating, I was eating good. My husband was whining and dining me and feeding me and stuffing me, and I wasn't as active as I used to be, you know, when I got with him. My kids were older and everything, so I don't know, it was my age or whatever, but his grandpa always used to say that he had a pet peeve, like when you ordered stuff, you should eat everything in your plate. He was joking with me or whatnot, and I felt bad. I was like, I gotta finish all this grub. And I'm gonna think like I was back in my young days, okay, guys? And I'm grubbing till I finished everything on my plate, because why not? I used to do that when I was thin, and I never gained weight. So that's what I kind of thought, you know, like grub all you can, and okay, and grub all you can, and you should be good. No, that's not how it works. I didn't lose. I started I mean, I could eat whatever I wanted and stay skinny. No, I ate whatever I wanted and finished all my plate, and I was getting big. And I was drinking 13 Dr. Peppers a day. No, and ice cream, Dairy Queen, Cold Stone, everything. Going to eat all kinds of food, and then fast food and processed food. Well, I started gaining weight when 220, and I got diabetes really bad. And I didn't feel comfortable in my skin, like I didn't, but you know what? After a while, I was like, you know what? Let me embrace this, because I've never been fat and never been big or thick or whatever you want to call it, you know? So I'm going to enjoy it, and I enjoyed it. My boobs got big. I was wearing a triple D, and I didn't feel comfortable though, like, because I always have had a skinny stomach. Well, now it's big. My clothes isn't fitting good, but guess what, guys? My therapy was here, making videos, talking about my story life. When I put my makeup on, I felt pretty. It didn't really matter about the outside, you know? It bothered me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, but I was happy. Like, come on, let me have fun. Let me enjoy my eating life, you know? And so everybody was like, aren't you like, don't you want to be skinny again? They're like, you were skinny. Don't you want to be that again? Don't you want to lose weight? I'm like, yeah, but you know what? After a while, I was like, let me be fat. Let me enjoy this moment. Let me embrace it, you know? I was like, I was always skinny. You're too skinny. You need to gain weight. Bones are for dogs, not for men. Men don't like skinny people. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. So let me feel comfortable. Let me eat what I want. Let me be big. Let me be fat, okay? Oh, no. Everybody had a problem. For what? Why? Why does everybody have to have problems with everything in life, you know? Okay, so we're gonna go in with that orange shade. And so, yeah, I enjoyed it. But putting on makeup and feeling good about myself and looking good always gave me confidence to being pretty, you know? Even when I was big and fat, and I enjoyed it, okay, for a while. And then all of a sudden I got diabetes really bad. My sugars were high. I had to lose weight now. Oh, sorry guys, had to lose weight. So, yes. Okay, so I don't have Davina's Cosmetics thing, shadows or whatever, but guess what? A girl needs that in her life. Let me tell you. A girl needs that in her life. Oh, where's that brush? Okay. Let me tell you. So anyways, I'm going to use because I don't have those colors, okay? I'm just going to put Alice on there. We're going to do a little spritz. And yeah. we're just gonna put this in the inner corner here. And then we're gonna put on that other shade, which is Mood Control. I need to get me some Divina Cosmetics shadows. I've seen her video, Katie's, and she has she got those shades, and I was looking at that one Gumballs shade, and oh my goodness, I need that in my life. I need it. I need them. I need some shades. And so anyways, my sugar was really high and everything, and so I had to lose weight, and I lost like 86 pounds by going carnivore. And so I lost 86 pounds, and I've gained, I've lost, and I'm trying to eat still carnivore and everything and all that good jazz, guys. So yeah, it's been a journey. It's been hard. Society says that we should be skinny, that we should be working out, we shouldn't be eating a lot. Well, you know what? It's hard. Sometimes I enjoy it. I like eating all kinds of stuff, but I gotta do good, guys. I gotta keep up my diabetes, and I gotta do good, okay? So yeah, society says that we should be thin, we should have this bod, we should this and that, we should buy all these makeup and all these brands. No, just kidding. Anyways, the reason why I like Katie so much and watching her channel is because I finally found someone that's teaching me stuff still, and you know, her tips and tricks help me and my hooded eyelids, you know, and all that good jazz. She's always talking about this and that, and you know, stuff that I've been wanting, because that's what I grew up with when I started watching YouTube, you know. So yeah, there's other people saying, oh, this brand really works, and this brand is the best, and it blends and all this stuff. No. And then I buy the palette, and it's not even what they're saying. No, I want an honest person, so I can try it and I'm gonna fall in love with it. And her face is so funny, it tells all. And that's how I am. Like, I can't fake the funk, you know. And I'm not gonna go and suck no one off to get up there. No one. I've never done it when I was working, and I'm not gonna do it now. I'm not gonna start now, you know. The brow bone. So I'm gonna say, you know what it is, and she's very honest and everything, so I like that, because I want an honest person. I don't want to sit here and, you know, but you know, sometimes you could tell when a shadow is not blending, and they're over here saying that this shadow is so good and this formula is so good and blah blah blah. Like the Gourmand girls, I think the palette was Nueva Vida, New Life, and let me tell you, that shade, there was a neon shade that did not perform very good. I was disappointed. That Frozen Kiss, it's another one, Flurries or something like that it's called. It wasn't performing very good either. I'm just like, hello. And so I'm tired of it. Just kidding. Anyways, I started buying all my stuff since 2014, 2015, when everybody was raving about the Morphe brushes, Zoeva brushes. They're really good though. Some Morphes are, some aren't. It's a hit and miss with them, you know. So yeah, I want to buy them, and someone says something, I want their honest opinion. I want their honest, you know, review. When I get it, I have to see if it's gonna work for me. I didn't have the gnarly unearthly lipstick, so I found this at Ulta today. It's MAC, and it's called Sugar Dada. Yeah, so this is the finished look. It didn't come out as like hers. We have different eyeshadows, so the different colors a little bit, but I tried and I liked the idea, so I really wanted to recreate her look because it's from the Twilight. There was no red, but she put her little twist in it, which I really loved. And yeah, so I'm enjoying her content. It's awesome. I really like her. I've seen a lot of her reviews and stuff, and she's her and she's honest, and that's the kind of girl I like, because that's how I am. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm gonna tell you what it is, because we all don't have money. I'm not rich. I don't have all kinds of money to buy all these collabs coming out, all these palettes, you know. So especially now that we moved to Tennessee, everything's much pricier, much higher than back home, you know. So yeah, I really like this look though. This look is bomb. That girl is on fire. That's how I look right now. Shoot. If you guys can, if you guys want to recreate it, you don't have to have the same eyeshadows or the palettes. You can recreate with what you have. Start looking for it. I try to do everything like I could. This is the closest I came to. So yeah, I have eyelash extensions, so I tried my best but I love this thing. I mean, this look. I got the new moon. I had the Twilight. I haven't done videos since we moved too. I was going through a lot back then too. People were following me. It was a whole mess, and I didn't even want to do makeup. I didn't even want to make videos.